Hello and welcome to another episode of Face in the Crowd. Today we sit down with Samantha Ngcolomba of Lady Liberty and CSI Boutique, a lawyer on a mission to empower women and teach them about their rights to protect themselves and fight women and child abuse. I am your host, Liesl Wilson. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Face in the Crowd. We're sitting with Samantha Ngcolomba of Lady Liberty and CSI Boutique. Samantha, thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Please tell us, who is Samantha and how did Lady Liberty come about?
I always find this difficult. I never know that to answer in the third person like Samantha is or I am. So I'll go with the first person. So I am a lover of people. I hate injustice. And I am first in my family in terms of being the firstborn, first grandchild. So I think I was born, not saddled with, but a responsibility just sort of comes naturally to me. And I feel a natural inclination to look after the other. So put that together, coupled with my journey through education, studied, qualified, and became an attorney. That was where my passion met what I had skill-wise and had obtained professionally as well.
What inspired that initiative? What was going through your mind at the time?
Right, so I'm very aware of the issues that we live with and the social ills that women especially face. But I remember I was working on a project. It was the Southern Africa Counter Human Trafficking Program. And basically we were responsible for, I suppose, rescuing victims of human trafficking. And what that entailed for me specifically, I was behind the sort of phone, the helpline. And what we would do is wait for a call after advertising extensively, wait for a call, someone tell us, look, I'm being kept against my own will. Then we contact SAPS, SAPS investigates, then they go to the house, and chances are it's either a brothel or it's a place where women, and sometimes boys, but mostly women, are being kept against their will and they're being sold as prostitutes and that sort of thing. But there's a file that crossed my desk one day that shook me, and I suppose not as often as before, but I actually used to think about, what happened to this woman. So she was abused by her partner, and I think when he was done sort of physically assaulting her, he put her in a dustbin. So already for me, that's a problem because you're seeing this life as like a piece of trash. But he didn't stop there. He literally set it alight with the plastics and everything else that was in there. So I don't know what happened to her. I often wonder, did she die? Did she live? But then my thinking took it a few steps back. I wondered if she knew her rights, if she knew her responsibilities, if there was an organization that could reach her, even if she couldn't afford to reach them, would the story have ended that way? Probably not. So I sat on that for a bit. I didn't know how to help. I knew I wanted to do something. And then the Vodacom opportunity came up in 2014. And that was the vehicle that I used to actually create the solution.
Your initiative provides services for the marginalized in the community. What prompted you to specifically focus on those areas within society?
Right, so firstly, I hate injustice, and by injustice, I mean many things. So I hate that some people sleep under bridges. I hate that some people have to go through dustbins just to have a meal for the day. I hate that women sit with children at traffic lights to beg for water, food, or five rand or whatever it is. But I had to sort of quickly reel it in and understand that I can't solve all of those challenges, not by myself at least. So I decided to focus on solving the problem which I was equipped to handle, and that was the law. I'm an attorney, I'm qualified, I know the law, and so it was an easy tool for me to use. So that's why I decided to tackle the legal issues specifically. Why marginalized women? I think that they're already living with a shortage of basic resource. So from water, electricity, clean toilets, a flushable toilet, all of those things that we're all aware of, right, that we take for granted. I mean, you walk in, switch on the light, take a shower, we don't even think about it. So I thought to myself, in addition to lacking the basic things that they should have, number one, and secondly, the African woman deals with a lot of challenges according to this thing called culture. Culture, especially if misinterpreted or misused by individuals, is a tool of abuse in South Africa and many other African countries. So I realized that they are even more vulnerable because of that. Then the third element, of course, is the financial dependence. Most of them are dependent on the other financially, a partner, family member, government, grants, and that sort of thing. So they are less likely to know their rights, number one. Number two, to have the confidence to even fight for those rights, even if they knew how to. And thirdly, they probably tangibly and practically can't afford to take a taxi and come to our offices to ask for assistance. However, we do assist women who are able to pay for our services. That's actually one of the ways that we make money as an organization. When people hear about us, they contact us, and then we do a means test to assess, do you fall on this side of the scale where you absolutely can't afford our services, or if you can afford it, then we charge nominal fees.
Along your journey, I'm sure you faced opposition. Can you recall some of the opposition that you faced? How did you overcome that?
So initially, we relied heavily on pro bono hours from other attorneys and advocates. And we would say to them, we'll do all the groundwork, we'll go to the communities, communicate with them, gather supporting documentation. We just need your skill, your legal mind to take cases to court. And either, they already have an internal idea, or they're just not really interested because it's not a priority. So that's the second, I suppose, form of slight opposition, or just a bit of, they're a little nonchalant. That sort of took me aback a little bit.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.